Welcome, everyone, to the Teressa Joubert Show on A1R Psychic Radio. It is a pleasure to be with you today. This is episode 3, and today we're going to talk about when our pets pass. We're going to talk about pets today. Today's a special day, and I have a twin sister, and she lost her pet today. She had to help him to cross over. So I just want to talk about pets a little bit, because when we're suffering and we're going through a hard time, we want to be comfortable. We want to be medicated if we're in a lot of pain. And the same thing goes with our pets. And sometimes we can't give our pets medication like we would a human being, and they're going through a hard time. I don't know if any of you have heard of CBD oil for pets, but I know that that can help with their pain if they're going through like joint pain and hip pain and things like that. So I think that's a great tool to be able to give our pets if they're having a hard time. So when we have a loved one, when we have a pet, we'll call it a pet. We'll call it a fur baby. Our pets are our babies, and the sweetest thing about them is how helpless they are and how reliant they are on us and how loyal they are to us all the time and how they're always there for us when we need it. And that's why I think people mourn pets even more than people sometimes, because the connection is different. And something that I've learned about love is that there is a different kind of love for every single person and every single thing. So the word love, if you think about it, it's not just this straightforward definition whatsoever. I've learned that there's a different kind of love for every kind of person. So for example, we'll love our children. We say we love our children the same, but we love them the same but differently, if that makes sense, because they have different personalities. And the same thing goes for a pet. We love our pets differently because of the connection that we have and also because of that pet's personality. So I just think that's interesting to ponder when we look at things like jealousy and jealousy in relationships. I try to look at relationships instead as unique, different. Every single one is different, and there's a different kind of love for each personality. So that gives an infinite different types of personality and love, doesn't it? Because every single person is different. Every single exchange is different. Every single relationship is different. So essentially, there's a different kind of love for everything we have in our life. But that doesn't mean that we love something intensely more or intensely less. I just think that when there's no conditions around that love, when it comes from a pet, it's more expansive and it's more reliable and heart fulfilling, which makes it that much harder when we lose a pet. So I want to just teach you a few things about pets and how we can connect with our pets still after they pass. And if any of you would really like to connect with a pet tonight, I invite you to call in and get a reading. Something that I'm very good at with my mediumship is talking to pets as well. And sometimes I can even connect to living pets that are having issues, and I can get into their consciousness and give answers as well as a pet intuitive, an animal intuitive. So when we lose a pet, I want to teach you how to connect with them. So what we would do in our consciousness is to picture our pet, picture their face, say their name in our head, and almost call in your head, like in your consciousness, like you would out loud if they were down the street and you needed to call them back. You kind of say, you call like that in your head, and you say their name, and you send out lots and lots of love from your heart space. And you visualize pulling them toward you. Visualize sending them love, but also pulling them toward you. And this is how we can connect to our loved ones on the other side. We send out a telepathic thought with sound and feeling and pull, and we're picturing that face And this is all the different parts of our sixth sense. We can even imagine their smell and sending them that love and inviting them to come to you in your consciousness or even stand beside you in the room. That's what we want to do. We want to be open to having a spiritual relationship with our loved ones and with our pets after they cross over. We want to be okay with a different form of communication. I know that when we do communicate with our loved ones, they'll get all of our messages. They get all of our thoughts, and oftentimes they check in and just see, what are you up to? What are you working on? Are you having any struggles? Do you need some help? Have you asked for help? And our pets will do that too. Our pets will connect and they'll see, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need emotional support? What do you need? And oftentimes our pets, when they're in spirit form, they will come to us when we're sleeping, or they'll kind of just stay by our side while we're sleeping and keep us safe. I think that's really sweet. Yeah, and I just wanted to teach you that you can give your pets anything that you want with an intention. So it's almost like you would imagine it and then have a feeling of giving it to them through your consciousness, and they will receive that on their side, on the other side, with gratitude, and they'll receive it. So you can send your pets their favorite food or a big huge steak bone or a big bone marrow bone, whatever it is that you want to send your pets, maybe like a special toy or something. You can do that. They'll receive it. Isn't that awesome? I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to take our first caller. I have Clara in Tuckerton, New Jersey. Hello.
Yes, hi. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good. How's your night going?
Pretty good.
Feels like you're sad. How you doing?
Well, it's been 4 months since I lost my boyfriend, and it's just been hard, very hard.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, he just appeared in front of me. He's pretty cute.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I can see him. He's got a white t-shirt on and jeans, and his hair is cut quite short, and it's a bit dark. And he looks handsome. He's uh
Yes, he
he's
was
going
very.
he's going like this to me. He's touching his chest, and he's giving me this puppy dog look on his face. Did he pass from
Oh,
a heart problem or a chest problem?
it was a car accident.
Oh, so sorry. He's going like this, and he says I'm so sorry. He keeps saying this. Um, I'm curious why he did this. If he means it was my fault, or what he's trying to say. I think he's trying to address anger and those feelings that we can't help that we have when this happens, of
Mhm.
why and who, and we're angry. We're angry, and it's okay. I just want you to know it's okay to have those feelings. And I want to encourage you to nurture yourself as much as you can. It's okay to be angry. In fact, I'd really like to invite you to write an angry letter. I call it a type of healing where you write like a rage letter. You can swear, you can
Mhm.
freak out, back to back pages, fill it up. And then after you do that, you listen to energy transformation music on YouTube, like a frequency music, and you try to sit in a feeling
Mhm.
of love for about 5 minutes, 20 minutes, as much as you can handle. Sometimes to get to that feeling, we need to think about things that make us happy, like drinking the most yummy drink and eating some chocolate and snuggling a puppy, or like slipping into a warm bath. And that feeling, we just let it grow and take deep breaths. I'd like you to try that exercise in the next week or two and get what you need to get out so that you can not be so stuck right now. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yes, it does.
And I'm just so sorry for your loss. Like, that's terrible. I wouldn't even want to get
Yeah.
off the couch. He's on that note, he's got heavy weights in his hands and he's talking about going for a walk. It's like encouraging you to get out and exercise, and if walking is the only thing that you feel like doing, he's talking about holding weights when you're walking. I saw these at the dollar store the other day. He's just trying to get
Yeah.
you he's trying to get you motivated to take care of yourself. He's talking about um well, first he said cheese and cheeseburgers or hamburgers or something, and then he's
Mhm.
smiling.
He loved that.
Yeah. He's smiling and chuckling him to himself, and he's saying kind of longingly, like he doesn't need to eat anymore because he doesn't have a physical body, but he still loves cheeseburgers just as much as he did when he was in
Yeah.
a physical body. So if you ever make them, make sure you invite him to eat one with you that night. His spirit will be with you.
Oh.
He says he keeps talking about like a young female. I'm not sure if he had a daughter, if you have a daughter, or who this is that he's talking
Yes.
about.
Caitlin. Caitlin. Yes, it's Kate. He's calling Kate. It's Kate.
Yeah. Is that his daughter or who is that?
That's my daughter. But he treated her like his own.
Oh, he's very emotional right now. He just started crying. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
He says like wiping his face, "Can you tell her I love her? Can you tell her she's my only one that I will watch and protect her forever?" And he's like going like this with his finger in her with boys, and he says, "I got your back," from the side.
Oh.
he'll,
And
he'll be
yes, he
yelling at
used
her
to
in her
tell us.
consciousness. Yeah.
Oh.
He says he loves you, and I feel like he says you're going to get through this. He doesn't want to talk about you being in another relationship yet. It's way too soon, but he does want you to be happy. And when and
No.
if
Yeah,
you
I know. But that's not. Yeah.
he says he wants
He
you to
was
be
one of
happy.
them.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's talking about you going to get your feet rubbed, get a pedicure, watch a movie, eat some popcorn. He's being cute. He's just making suggestions for you to be happy because your joy is his joy. And when you're sad, he feels your sadness and he wishes he could fix it. He's so sorry.
Oh.
He's the source of it. He says like she's not doing anything anymore, and there's so much love and empathy. He's talking about the car. Yeah, insurance. Uh, feels like a hot mess of stuff to deal with still. I don't know if you're still in the middle of stuff, but
Yeah, his mom is, and we're trying. His mom is just being difficult. I don't know if it's been, you know, because she lost him, and then his son died before him, and
well,
his
he's
mom
saying
is the
something
only
about,
survivor.
oh, that's terrible. He says something about advocate, money, court. I don't know. Like, I don't want to put you through anything like that in your state,
I
but
know.
he's talking about now. Can I just ask? I know this is kind of personal, but what happened? Like, because he went like this, and I'm just did
He
he?
he was he was cycling through the route, and a car came and killed him. The
Oh,
gentleman that killed them, um, we found out later that the police department didn't do a breathalyzer or anything, and
oh
it was
no!
just he died from
Yeah,
multiple. I mean, when I went into that emergency room, it was a disaster.
I'm so sorry. He's saying like lawyer and Like that person should be held responsible financially.
Yeah.
But then again, like I know that he's at peace, and I maybe he's just like reading into your feelings and your emotional state right now, and he wants to still provide for you financially, but I know that he's at peace, and I know that he wouldn't
Oh, I
want you
just
to have
want
to
to.
go through that. But he's
Oh,
showing me that this is a possible future timeline that you could tap into if you wanted to. You could go pretty deep, and I don't think that would be good for your health, your mental health, your physical and emotional health. But yeah, he's kind of given me an awareness that this shouldn't have happened, and that this person should be held responsible, and that something needs to happen further, and people need to kind of advocate for him. But then again, he doesn't want that to affect you and your health.
oh yeah. He was very protective of me.
Yeah. Well, I want to just send you lots of love and empathy, and
Thank you.
I want to encourage you to get to. I've got a card here for you. it says it says I am peaceful. Okay? Do you see that?
Oh,
That's
yes.
that's for you. So I would like for you to say a little affirmation. These are really cute cards. I feel tranquil and quiet in body and mind. And I just want you to know when you get yourself into this calm state that looks like this, you're able to connect with his consciousness and have exchanges like thought and feeling exchanges with his soul.
Because I
And
feel him all the time. I feel him all the time. All
yeah,
the time. I
that's
see
awesome.
orbs in the house, everything.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know it's him.
if you're feeling him, then your ability to feel his emotions, what he's trying to say to you, that can be sharpened up, and you can communicate with him through your sixth sense. You've already got it. I'm teaching classes that are called Sixth Sense Transformation Mastery Program. If you want to check out my page, I would love to give you more tools to be able to communicate with him and get to know your own inner self. But yeah, I send you lots and lots of love, and wish you all the best. And hopefully, we can connect again at another time. Thank you for calling
Oh
in.
yes. Yes, I'm
All
gonna
right.
look up if they could send me the information through my email through Connie, I would love to join your class.
All right. Thank you so much. And take care. God bless. Bye. All right. So I just want to do a quick announcement of things coming up. There is one event happening on September 30th at 8 o'clock. If you want to get a ticket, I'm doing medium readings on a Zoom call in a group setting. And usually, if I've got enough numbers, I will give everybody a reading. Not not a guarantee, but usually everybody gets a reading when you join my Zoom group reading. So there's one coming up on September 30th. You can find it on my page, Teresa Medium Readings or Teressa Joubert. All right. So we're going to take the next caller. This is Sarah in Harlow, Montana. Okay, I am ready for you, Sarah.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You have a nice uplifting kind of sing-songy vibration. Makes me
Thank
feel
you.
happy. Thanks for calling
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah. Like I want to go out and like
I
dance
have.
or
Well, I love dancing.
awesome. See, we would totally get along. So what would you like tonight? Do you want to just so you know, I
um,
have a
I
grandmother that
just.
came in like just as soon as you came in, and I was like, "Oh, that's so nice." Like jelly on toast and dancing in the kitchen to songs and eating food together in the
That's my
kitchen and
grandma.
just chatting. Yeah. Is that on your dad's
Yeah,
side?
that would be my mom's side.
Mom's side. Okay. I have a grandma like that on my dad's side. That's why I asked. Okay. Usually
Yeah.
they're standing in front of me, but she kind of just whooshed into my consciousness. So I think her big message is to make sure to do those things to bring yourself joy and invite her to hang out with you if you're ever dancing in the kitchen. Um,
She's
so
always
I have,
around my house. I have things of hers all over my house.
no, I love that. Now I have a question
Yeah,
because
and
yeah, I'm getting some images pop into my head about you. I'm not sure if they're coming from her. I think they are. She's showing me like two mountains and they're like moving farther apart. And I'm like, what's going on? So I think she's talking about your life right now. It's a metaphor for life right now. And usually mountains are big things that we're dealing with, and they can be like pulling apart or separating, or like you're trying to create space to, yeah,
right, I am in a very weird space in my life right now. Very
yeah,
weird, and I don't know what's going on.
yeah. And
I'm
she says the
seeing
word,
angel numbers.
there's a relationship pops in, relationship with yourself pops up. And, yeah, I have this like urgent feeling, and I think I'm connecting to your highest self right now because I have this sense of urgency, like you have to live your life purpose. Are you living your life purpose right now? Like, ah, no pressure, but
Oh my gosh,
just
I
kind of
know,
sitting
right? I
there.
definitely am not.
Yeah,
I definitely am not, and that's the reason I called. I keep seeing like angel numbers every day, all day long, and I'm getting signs, and I'm getting
yeah.
feelings,
You know what's
and
happening?
but I
You know what's
know.
happening? Spirit. When I say spirit, I mean your highest self, your spirit guides, even your loved ones on the other side. They know what your potential is. They know what you're capable of. They know even why you came here in a physical body and what experiences you wanted to have. They're connected to all of that information. Can you believe that? That's
I
called
do.
universal consciousness. So basically, they want to help you get on the path that you're supposed to be on at the next stages of your life. So it's kind of a big deal. They're like, hey, we can't really waste any more time right now. What do you really want to be doing? And how does that feel? What does it look like? And it can't, you don't have to be like, oh, that's impossible. I can't be like home all the time and just being on a camera once in a while and making that much money. I don't like whatever it is that you really want to be doing. If you want to be working with pets, if you want to be working with somebody. I feel like you're a healer, like a type of healer and nurturer and advocate.
Very much so. Very much so. Yes.
So there's a sense
Yes.
of like, I want to do this. I want to have that feeling of that. So can I ask what you're doing now?
I work in a coffee shop.
There you go. Okay, so you're like nurturing people and you're using your green and your
Mhm.
pink. And by the way, you have a green and pink aura. Green is like the nurturer, the teacher, but it's kind of like an olive green. And usually olive green, sometimes I call it a bit of a detox color.
my favorite. My favorite color.
Olive green. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it's usually the color of someone that's really good at connecting with elderly people. Yeah.
I
And
am. I
usually
very
it's
much
like
am.
that's the specific target market of awesomeness. So usually people with your colors, they'll become PSWs because you've got pink, and pink is the person who counsels people, who's a perfectionist, who's very tidy, who makes lists and is like super hard on yourself. And yeah, it can be a little bit soul crushing the way that we can talk to ourselves when we have pink because it's like super critical, but want to think in,
Right.
in a good way. But like the question is, are we taking enough care of ourselves? Or are we just kind of focusing on everyone else around us and lacking self-care? So like the next steps
Absolutely.
moving forward are self-care. And what do you want to do? I think you'd make an amazing PSW. What's the training involved with that? How much does that cost? Can you get a loan? Can you do the schooling? Can you do
What
something?
is that exactly?
A PSW, that's when you work with elderly people. You can go to their houses and take care of them. And just so you know, I have 60 seconds, so that
Oh,
sucks.
okay.
But yeah, if you
Well,
wanted to connect
I
with
have to
me
tell you that
further, we can connect
the
on
older
my
people is.
Facebook page.
Oh, okay, yeah, I will definitely look on your Facebook page. The older people is because my grandmother that came to you she raised me.
Oh, nice.
So I've always had a
Nice.
special spot for yeah.
Aw, that's amazing. Well, there's definitely a connection. She came through first. So she's trying to say, hey, step into your power. And yeah, thank you for calling in. I'm going to close up here. Just want to thank everybody for listening in today to the Teressa Joubert Show on A1R Psychic Radio. And I'll be here live again next Thursday at 9 p.m. to chat more about really awesome topics about the other side. Maybe we'll be talking about signs and signs that we get and what they mean from spirit. So I'll see you next week, and everyone take care and God bless.